Hey guys, so yesterday I got my 30 amp extension cord for my RV so that I could plug it into shore power at my house. I was really excited about that because that means I could start testing out the electrical systems. A lot of stuff I didn't want to test out until I was able to plug to shore power, like such as the refrigerator and like the central vacuum cleaning, which, believe it or not, my RV has a central vacuum cleaner. So yeah, I wanted to get it plugged into a shore power before I could do that. So the first thing I did was go to turn on the fridge, and I'm getting absolutely no response from it. Here, I'll show you it. So this is my fridge, and you can see the eyebrow panel right here. And currently it's switched to off. Well, this is for if I wanted to run it on the batteries, but so this is DC off, DC on if I wanted to run it on battery, but I'm not. I want to do shore power. So as far as I understand it, it's supposed to stay to off. But then here, this is the important one. This is off. I can switch it to gas because there is a propane option, which I'm not going to use until I test out my propane system. And then here's the auto. This is what we would want to turn it onto electric. But when I do that, as you can see, there's absolutely no readouts here, no lights or anything to indicate that anything's happening. And when you open up the fridge or the freezer, there's no noises. I'm not really sure what is supposed to be happening, but I had it on like that for a little bit and honestly nothing was happening. So I spent quite a bit of time out here last night just piddling around trying to figure out what was going on, and I couldn't figure it out. I kept opening up circuit boards and stuff and looking at it, but honestly I don't know what I'm looking at, so so I went online and I looked around, and I think I might have already identified the problem. I do think this is like an electrical problem and not like a cooling element thing, because obviously it's not even on to even test the cooling element. I'm going to show you what it is I saw online. It was Pippi Peterson that did a video that got me thinking about this, and I'm going to test it out myself. So let's see if this works. Okay, so now we're outside at the panel to access the back of the refrigerator. It's always going to be right behind the refrigerator, wherever your fridge is in your RV, obviously. Mine, thankfully, don't even need a key to open it. I'm sure that's a safety reason to prevent fires. I wish there was some way to keep that up, but there's not. Here, I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer. Okay, so the power for my refrigerator, the power cord goes right here. And so what I'm gonna do now is check to make sure that there's actually power coming from this outlet. Here, come on in a little closer. All right, you can see the power outlet right here, right? So I want to make sure that there's actually power supplied to my refrigerator, because that seems to be the first issue I want to check for, since I'm not having any electrical power coming to my fridge at all. None of the lights are showing up or anything. I can't even test the cooling element at this point because there's no electricity coming to my fridge. I don't have a reason to believe the cooling element is out. Usually when the cooling element is going out, you're gonna start seeing like yellow crusty stuff around this thing here. This is the ammonia, this is the tank that contains the ammonia, which is basically what causes it's like the coolant for the fridge. And that will be like a yellow crustiness. It'll start to like kind of leak out, and it smells of ammonia when that happens. So that's the cooling element. So if you see like a yellowish, greenish, crusty stuff, that's a good sign that your cooling element is leaking, and there's not really anything you can do at that point. But I have no reason to believe it's that. So first I gotta just make sure that there's even power to it. So the best thing to do would be get an ohm reader. Ohm reader, am I saying that right? Ohm reader, which has got 2 prongs, and you basically can stick it into like outlets and anything that has power to it to read the power coming to or from it. I don't have one of those, but I do have something else that I can kind of use as one. I will show you. I have this very fancy high-tech lamp. So what I'm gonna do is unplug the refrigerator and plug in this lamp. This lamp doesn't even have a switch. It should turn on immediately if there's power going to that outlet. And if not, we'll go to step 2, which I'm so excited. I really hope this is the problem, because if it is, it's so ridiculously easy. Power's out. Power cord is out. Oop, almost hit myself with that. Okay, I'm gonna grab my nice schmancy lamp. Here's my lamp. I'm gonna have to do it like this, so I can really see very well. Good. Oh no! So this isn't the problem. Oh no! Okay then. Clearly there's something else wrong, because as you can see, my light turned on. Okay. Alright guys, so that kind of throws my idea out the window. My hope was that it was just the GFCI that had been basically shut off. A GFCI are those like outlets you see like in your bathroom and stuff, where they have like the little button that you push that says reset. Those are there in case like they put them anywhere where there could be potential water like getting into it. That's so that like they shut off immediately when there's water on it, so that nobody gets electrocuted or anything like that. That would have been an extremely easy fix if that was the case, because all I'd have to go do is go inside and find the other GFCI outlets, the one that has the little reset button. All I have to do is press that and it would hopefully reset the system so it would work. But apparently it's something else. I guess it could still be a fuse or something, but this might be something beyond my current realm of expertise. Ugh, I'm really disappointed. Oh well. I'm gonna plug this bad boy back in. Oh well, guys. I don't know if I want to laugh or cry right now. I've spent several hours worrying about this issue at this point, about the fridge not working. Went through that whole thing of testing electricity outside, making sure the outlet worked and everything. Do you want to see what my problem was? Let me show you what my problem was, okay? First of all, I got the eyebrow to work. See, there it says it's on AC power. DC's off, auto's on. This is working now. I'm waiting for it to cool down. I'm waiting to see how well this thing actually cools, okay? Let me show you what my problem was. I failed to notice a switch right here on the inside of the refrigerator door. If you look closely, there are 3 settings: normal operation, storage, high humidity. Guess which option this was set to? Storage. As soon as I switched it to normal operation, those lights turned back on. Give it just a minute. It took it a few minutes for it to do it, but it did. It turned back on. Back to high humidity. I had to rock it a couple times, but it did. Anyways, I feel a little silly. Yeah, live and learn. So I've got some good news and some not so great news. Good news is that this has been on for probably about, I don't know, half an hour or so, and the freezer is starting to feel cold. The freezer's starting to feel cold, and you can't see it, but there's even a little bit of condensation forming there, which means it's getting cold. That's good. Bad thing is, ever since the last clip that I just played, I haven't been able to get the light panel to work again. The control panel, it's not working at the moment. Even though apparently it's still cooling. I'm not sure. It will when I switch this to high humidity, which I'm not really sure what the function of that is. See, that will turn back on, but for whatever reason it won't when I go back down to normal. It's off now, see that? And the light is not on in the fridge either. It was before it was turning on. So there might be a short somewhere or something. I have no idea. I don't really want to turn high humidity on because I don't actually live in a high humidity area, so I don't really know what that would do. So I had it turned to high humidity for a while. That's actually the setting that it was on when I left for a little bit, but I turned it off. I turned it to just normal operation. So I'm just curious, like, is it even working right now in this normal operation mode? or is the fridge not working at all when it's in that mode? I can't tell. So I'm just gonna leave it in normal operation. Maybe just the lights and the panel doesn't work when it switched to that mode. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna go out to the back and check to see if like it feels warm, because if it's working, then supposedly the cooling elements will actually heat up. So yeah, let's see. This is just one big grand experiment. I love the internet so much. I went online, literally this took me 5 minutes, okay, just now. I went online, I looked at the model number for my refrigerator. It's a Norcold 663, and somebody else posted a question with the exact same problem as me. They said that none of their indicator lights were showing up, and somebody responded and said, hey, did you check the switch? The switch on the inside right here, right? Did you check it? The switch, right? Is it switched to on? That was the first thing he make sure to ask. It's on normal operation, right? Is it switched to normal operation? The person said, yes, it is. He said, okay, we'll try rocking the switch back and forth several times. Keep rocking it back and forth and see if it works then. And sure enough, it worked. I switched it back and forth probably 10 times. I was like, this isn't gonna work. And it came back on. It's on normal mode, and the AC light is on, which means it should be running. I'm gonna leave it alone for like half an hour and come back, see how cold it is, and check outside to see if the heating elements are heating up and stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna be leaving this on for very long because I'm not living in it yet, but I do wanna make sure it all works. What I think is really important though is to see how good the seal is on this, because I already can tell that it's pretty bad. I might have to put in new, what is that, insulator. I keep saying weather stripping. It's not weather stripping, but it's like the same concept, right? Maybe weather stripping would work. I don't know. I need to research that. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run for like an hour or two, a couple hours, and see how it does. But I'm thrilled with easy fixes. It was literally the flip of a switch. I do want to mention one thing though. These are the GFIC type outlets that I was talking about earlier. If my problem had been the electricity wasn't going to the outside outlet, and it had, because it triggered the GFIC cutoff, all you have to do is hit this little reset button and we'd be good to go. But it doesn't need it. It works. I actually plugged the lamp into this too, and everything works fine. So if you are a newbie like me that has never done anything electrical really, and you're having trouble in your RV with your refrigerator, these are two simple things that you could check. Check your GFCI or GFIC outlets, and just check to make sure that you're operating your refrigerator properly. Look at your manual. If you don't have the manual, the model number should be printed somewhere on the inside of your fridge, or like usually on the door or something. Look it up, and I guarantee you'll be able to find the manual online. So good luck with that.